I had someone the other day, they talked to me and they talked about talent, about, if people are born with it or not. Friends, I want to talk to you guys today about talents. Many times in my lifetime, I've heard people say, oh my God, you're so talented, you're so gifted. And I always find it a really funny dichotomy, maybe is the right word. When you start out on the guitar and you're not good, people will tell you that you suck. But then when you become accomplished and you play, people call you a show-off. I always found that really weird. But I wanted to talk about this thing about talent. I had someone the other day, they talked to me and they talked about talent, about if people are born with it or not. This is the way I look at it, because number one, I don't care who you are out there in YouTube land. Nobody, and I mean nobody on this planet, sucked more on the guitar than I did when I started. If anyone was born to not play guitar, it was me. Now, when it comes to actual God-given born talent, I look at it like this. Certain things like singing, where it's physical coming right out of your body, there are physical attributes that do help people. Your skull, your voice box, the shape of your skull, your teeth, the shape of your mouth, they all add to your tone, and they can help people with certain gifts. Your ear, for listening about being in pitch or not. Yes, there are some physical gifts when it comes to singing for people, but it doesn't mean that someone who might not have as many gifts, if they take lessons and work really hard, that they can't develop to become a good singer. With guitar, I think it's a bit more of an even playing field that way, where I've had people come in and say, my fingers are too short, my fingers are too fat, I just want to book a lesson to see if I've got it. And I'm like, God, what? I don't care who you are. You don't pick up the guitar and play like John Petrucci from Dream Theater your first month of lessons. So I wanted to talk about what real talent is. And I've seen this consistently throughout a number of students of mine over the years who have gone on to higher levels with their musicianship. What is talent? Now I've come down to my personal beliefs of talent. Why a lot of people fail on the guitar, and we've talked about this, how almost every household has a guitar, it's a portable instrument, blah, 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 blah. But what happens is people start with good intentions. And we're being kind of honest here. A lot of people, once they kind of get going on the guitar, they realize this is going to take some commitment, it's going to take some work. I'm not going to sound like Eddie Van Halen or Cat Stevens within a week or two. This is going to take some time and a bit of commitment. The first month or two on guitar, it's tough. But what makes it even worse is that a lot of people get a guitar and they don't know what they're doing. They don't have a plan. They don't have someone to say, hey, you need to do this. No, you're positioning your thumb wrong. Turn your thumb like this. They don't have someone there to help them with an actual little practice plan each month. For my lessons, it's very important to give that to students. What happens, now maybe you fall in this category, and don't get me wrong, folks, YouTube is wonderful. I love YouTube. We're meeting each other through YouTube. I'm hoping that I'm giving you some value. A lot of beginners, what happens is they kind of just go aimlessly from YouTube lesson to YouTube lesson to YouTube lesson. It happens all the time. They kind of start something and then say, let's try something else. It's a vicious cycle that a lot of people get caught up in, and before you know it, within a year, they're kind of like, I haven't really gotten any better. And that gets very discouraging for people. Talent is assuming you've got a decent playable guitar. You have a decent instructor or instruction source. I use the word methodology. You have a good methodology for learning, right? You have all that. The desire comes. True talent really is a desire to put in the practice. Some people have it, some people don't have it, but they cultivate it and it grows within them as they start to see progress. Other people rationalize a lot of excuses to not do it. I'm not saying that people that get into guitar, and sometimes some people are just like, it's just not for me. That's cool, that happens in life. I've tried things in life. I remember trying certain things in my lifetime where I realized, that's cool, I don't think it's my thing, it's not for me. Some people may take to guitar a little more than others, but I kind of liken it to this. If you and I were taking high school calculus together, maybe that calculus came a little bit more naturally to you than it does to me, but that doesn't mean that if I don't study hard, I can't get better at it and beat you in some tests. I hope that makes sense. But when people talk about talent, talent is developed. Comes through commitment and effort and practice. So that's what I believe. So when I hear people saying, oh, so-and-so is gifted, I'm not saying that certain people might not take to things a little bit more than others. When it comes, I'm just talking about guitar here. But when you have the desire to practice and you have a good methodology and you commit to what you're doing and see things through every week, how can you not develop talent? So to me, that's what talent is. Yes, some people might take to the guitar a little bit more than others, but at the beginning, it's a pain in the butt for everybody. You gotta be patient, you gotta have a plan, and you gotta work towards your goals. Hope that helps. Remember, practice hard, practice smart, and we'll see you soon.